getting pictures into your web page from your Chromebook, as long as you can access the files, you can do a screen capture. See my video on screen capturing. But the other nice thing about the Chromebook is that your Google Drive is accessible just like any other drive. So if you have pictures out there on your Google Drive, you can locate them, say this cat picture that I want, and then usually what I do is I have the Replit open on one side with the images directory open because it's a drag and drop. So I'm going to grab the cat JPEG, bring it over here, and when you hover over that, it'll tell you that drop files here to upload them. I'm going to do that, and now that cat.jpg is in my images directory, and I can use that in my web page. The About Me web page should include the following: picture of yourself, at least 3 links on your personal website to pages related to your interest. Labels and answers should be different color, size, or something to set them apart. And here's some suggestions of things that you could answer about yourself. So I'm going to take that list, copy it, find that's the content div, because that's where these are going to go, and I'm going to paste them. Control V. I need them indented, so I'm going to highlight the whole thing, hit tab a couple times so that they are indented properly. Now I'm going to place tags around them. So now we're going to complete the About Me page. So first of all, I had a placeholder that said About Me in a P tag. I'm going to make that look a little bit better, making that an H1. Let's say for a headline tag, and H1 is the biggest tag that we can use without using CSS to make things bigger. The next requirement was a picture. That HTML command is img. It has an attribute src, which says where the source of your image is, an equal sign, and then the image name and directory in quotes. So first of all, we have to tell it where it's located. It's in the images directory directly below the About Me, one directory below. That's what the / says. And then the file name has to be exact. We got Mr-B with a capital M, capital B, and a capital P portrait, -small with a lowercase s and a lowercase jpg. Make sure that the case is correct. So now here's the questions I got out of the About Me assignment, and I am going to dress this up a little bit. So one of the requirements was that the questions and the answers be a different color. So I'm just going to go out to a web page and type in HTML color names. And W3 School is, again, one of my favorite web pages for HTML information. And they have a whole page on the different web pages or different HTML colors. So let's go ahead and make our questions a dark magenta. So I can click on that, and that has a bunch of different ones. So I'm just going to highlight that, Control C to get the name, come back to my code, and to use that, and we're going to make this an H2, not quite as big as an H1. We're going to use CSS styling, so we need the word attribute style, open quote, color, Control V to get the dark magenta, close quote, and a greater than sign. And then I'm going to do a /H2 to close that. So let's take a look and see what that looks like by running it in a new tab. Come to the About Me page, and now favorite color is purple. I missed the name one, so I'm going to go back and fix that. I should have put that on name as well. So I'm going to highlight that, do a Control C, come back up to name, do a Control V, and I'm going to put it on all the questions, so I might as well just go down the line and do it for all of them. So put the cursor in front of the F and do a Control V. Down on the next line, Control V for paste, Control V for paste. Just click in front of each of the lines. And then we need to have an H2 close each line as well. So I'm going to highlight that one, Control C, go at the end of the line, Control V, click with my mouse, V, click, V, click, V, click, Control V, click, Control V, click. All right, let's go back and look at our, refresh our page. And now we've got all of them in their own tags, H2s, and with that dark color. Now the answers have to be a different color. I don't know, just pick one that you like. Let's go just something a little bit stands out, maybe this dark cyan. Click on that, highlight it, Control C, come back to my project. Now I'm going to do an H2, style equals open quote, color, Control V, close that. Now my greater than sign, and now put the answer in there. So it's Mr. Put the H2 size. Go ahead and look at that, do a refresh. And now that's, you can kind of see it. I don't know, I might choose a different color, but yeah, let's still go take a look at a different color, maybe a dark slate blue. Double click that, Control V. Again, this is your preference. Make it look the way that you want it to look. You can use any of those color codes. Refresh. Well, I like that better. Doesn't stand out quite as much. Now I need to add that to between all of the questions. So I'm going to do a Control C. Come after favorite color, hit enter, Control V. And I might as well put the closing H2 in there now. Highlight all of that. So I got the opening and the closing, and then I'm going to do that for each, between each question. So and hit enter, Control V, go to the next line. At the end, hit enter, Control V. Go to the next line, hit enter, Control V. Next line, 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 enter, Control V. And Control V, and one more. Control V. Now I have my questions and answers set up. So let's say my favorite color. I'm going to say the dark magenta. So I'm just going to put that in here and do, or just call it, I'm just going to say purple. Okay. Run that just to see what it looks like. Refresh. All right, now I got my purple. Now I can go back and answer all of the rest of those questions. Okay, the last part of the assignment is to add 3 links to our answers. And so I'm going to pick the dog purple as an answer, link that to the Husky football site, and the I Can't Drive 55 answer, and link that to the video for that song. So I'm going to create some space, just make it more readable. A is the anchor tag, href is the attribute, an equal sign, an open quote. We go to the web page, we copy the URL, so click into the address, do a Control-C, come back to the Repellent, do a Control-V, make sure it has the HTTP information, close the opening tag, tab, just to give it a space, and then close the A tag. Remember, everything between the opening A tag and the closing A tag is the link. So this will become the link between those two. Let's do the same with the I Can't Drive 55. So again, we need an anchor tag, an href equals open quote. I have the website over here open. I'm going to Control-C, copy that, come back, Control-V, make sure we close the link, click on that one, tabbed so it's indented, backspace once so it's not indented, and close the A tag. Remember, everything between the opening and closing A tag is the link. Let's go back and reload, and we should have dog purple is a link, and we should have I Can't Drive 55 is a link, which we do have, and we do have an extra space in there for some reason. Could be this dot that got put there by mistake. Let's go reload that again, and that got rid of it. Okay. So again, you need to have 3 links, so you need to add 1 more to your web page.